Welcome to Dodgers Daily. I'm Casey Porter. I'm so glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, we have a great show for you today. It wasn't the greatest day on the field for the Dodgers yesterday. The big Dodgers dropped their first game of the year, their first loss of the year to the Diamondbacks in Oklahoma City. Got beat pretty good last night in their home opener. They're at the Bricktown Ballpark, so the scores weren't great, but there was some great individual action we're going to cover in today's show. Dustin May looked really good. Oklahoma City-wise, there was some good offensive performances that we're going to cover, so there was some good stuff to go ahead and cover, and we're going to do that in today's show. But hey, before we get to that, just a reminder, if you like this video and if you like this kind of content, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily, become a subscriber. After you subscribe, click that notification bell, turn on those notifications. That way, every time Dodgers Daily releases a new video, you'll be notified. You won't miss a thing, and we can keep providing you content like this in the future, as we love to do. Okay? Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it, and let's talk Dodgers baseball. Well, the Dodgers didn't win last night, but Dustin May came out firing. I'll tell you what, he was hitting 100 miles an hour in the first inning. As a matter of fact, his last three four-seam fastballs all hit 100. His 10th pitch of this inning that you're seeing right here was a four-seam at 100. He was pairing that with a two-seam as well. But hey, that 10th pitch at 100 had just 9 inches of vertical drop. The Dodgers like what they call vert, meaning, use that spin rate to make sure that it carries the top of that zone and doesn't drop a lot. When it doesn't drop, it gives that effect to the hitter like it's rising. So that 9 right there, that one right there, that's not the 100-mile-an-hour one. But when you get that effect, like there's not very much drop to it, and it looks to the hitter, it gives that illusion like it's rising. It just goes right above their barrel. So, that four-seam at 100 miles an hour, just 9 inches of vertical drop. That's some serious ride effect. That's some serious spin rate, and that's very, very difficult to do. He paired that, like I said, with his sinker at 98. How about a sinker that moves? That pitch right there at 98, that's unbelievable. There's that spin rate at the top of the zone. That looks to the hitter like it's rising. There's another one right there at 99. And then also, he threw a couple of curveballs. There's that 100-mile-an-hour fastball with 9 inches of vertical drop. Just makes it very difficult to do a whole lot with. As a hitter, there's 98 sinker at the bottom of the zone. He paired that with some curveballs and a couple of change-ups. So, man, the four-pitch mix hitting 100 with the rising effect, not, the vertical drop only at 9 inches. And then the sinker at 98 with all the movement, the curveball, and the changes. Great performance for Dustin May. I've been saying it for a while. I think, it's maybe not all the field's back, but boy, he looked good last night. He has the best stuff, in my opinion, of any pitcher in the organization, and he is going to have a great year for the Dodgers. Got off to a great start, although the team did not win. Mookie Betts hit his first home run of 2023. You're looking at it right here, and I tell you what, last year he led the organization in home runs at 35, and I've said it a couple times, hey, I love the home runs, don't get me wrong. I don't like it when the Dodgers, that's the only way they score is through home runs. I like to have a little bit more of a dynamic offense, and that is the only hit so far for Mookie Betts. He's going to have a good year like he always does. I believe he hit right around 270 with those 35 home runs, so just a tremendous year. But like I've said a couple times in the past, I'd like for the Dodgers offense to be a little bit more dynamic, not rely on the home run. So, love the home run here last night for Mookie Betts. Like I said, he led the organization last year in home runs with 35. You'll take all of them. So, Mookie Betts' first home run of the year of 2023 won't be his last. Speaking of first, that won't be the last. Get a good look at this because you're going to see a lot of this. The big part of the field, Miguel Vargas just simply wears out right center to left center. He hit the third most amount of doubles of anybody in the Pacific Coast League last year to pair with his .304 batting average. He also hit 15 home runs. He just does this, look, outer half, kind of tailing back over the plate, uses right center. If that's on the inner half, he'll go and pull that ball and go to left center. He loves using the big part of the field. I say it all the time, the big part of the field is where all of the doubles are at. That's where all the base hits are at. That's why he hits so many doubles. That's why his average is so high, is because he uses the middle part of the field, the big part of the field, so well. So, first hit of the year last night for Miguel Vargas. He's now 1 for 3. His OPS is just off the chart so far. His on-base percent, I believe his OPS is like 1,400, something like that. And Then his on-base percentage is very, very good as well. So Miguel Vargas, one of the other things that he does is he doesn't chase the zone a lot. He walks quite a bit, and he gets on base, and his average is high. Some of the reasons why the Dodgers love this young man's offensive game so much. Miguel Vargas, congratulations, your first hit of 2023. And it was also good, I don't have the video here, but it was also good to see Maxmuncy get off the snide after going 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. That first hit for Muncy felt very good for him. Ferguson looked good last night, although the Dodgers did not win. He did his job, and Fergie has looked good as of late, and I've said it a couple times now, but I love stories like his of resilience coming back off of Tommy John. Look at that 95 up in the zone. That's tough. 96 up in the zone with that ride and carry, and then you have that 83-mile-an-hour cutterish looking pitch. That's a good play right there. But, hey, Ferguson, man, I tell you what, we've all known for a long time when he's healthy. Boy, look at that little sweeper right there, 84-mile-an-hour sweeping slider. Love that pitch. And then he kind of makes it a little bit smaller to make it cutterish looking, to keep it in the zone so he can shape his slider differently if he needs in different ways. And then he can throw that four-seam up in the zone very good at 95, 96. Looked really good last night. Pinpoint location on that pitch. So, hey, it looks like, kind of like Dustin May, Caleb Ferguson starting to feel it off the Tommy John. And if he does, we know he is extremely talented. I say it every time I get a chance to talk about Devin Mann. Look how he covers the outer part of the plate. That ball kind of tailed back over the middle of the plate. But I tell you what, he has those long arms and he gets great extension. Young man out of Louisville who comes from a championship pedigree. Was a starting second baseman on one of the College World Series teams. Watch how he covers the outside part of this plate. Look at that. I love that, how flat his hands come through the zone, how he has such long extension. His plate coverage, Devin Mann, is as good as any prospect I have seen. Look at that plate coverage. I love how he just naturally, easily covers that outside part of the plate, shoots that thing to right field. So, Devin Mann, I enjoy watching him. He is just one of the most underrated prospects you'll ever see. He can play anywhere on defense. I've said it just about every time. Again, watch these flat hands. Flat to the zone, turns the barrel to match the play of the pitch, covers that outside pitch. Great job, Devin Mann, but he played every position in AA Tulsa except for pitcher and catcher. So he's long and lanky, championship pedigree, very versatile, covers the outside part of the plate. Good prospect in Devin Mann. How about Hunter-Feduccia? My goodness, he has just been absolutely fantastic so far in 2023. What do you do with him, though? You have Austin Barnes at the Major League level. You have Will Smith at the Major League level. I will promise you, this young man out of LSU, originally Barb High School in Louisiana. I'll promise you Hunter-Feduccia could start not on some teams at the Major League level, a lot of teams, and be very, very productive. It's just, look at that swing. I love those flat hands. Stays tall, very balanced. The head doesn't move a whole lot, so there's not a lot of moving parts that can go wrong in that swing. Hunter-Feduccia just very solid, good throwing arm. He's a big target behind the plate. He receives the ball very well. Look at that. Just doesn't it looks effortless for him. It's not, it's not max effort. And boy, in spring training, he was just simply fantastic. And you talk about momentum. He had a career high 15 home runs last year. That was off a career high that he set the year before, 10 home runs. So he has 25 home runs in his last 2 years. Last year, 15 set a career high for him. And in spring training, check this out. He had 348. His OPS was 1179, and then also he ended last year on a really good clip, hitting 275 with an OPS of 866 last September. So talk about momentum. Catcher Hunter-Feduccia has it. Well, I'd ask the question, hey, with Eddie Slayard being in AA, and then you have Miguel Rojas at shortstop at the Major League level, well, who's going to be the everyday shortstop for Oklahoma City? That's been answered. Luke Williams. Well, I asked the question, with Miguel Rojas being the shortstop for the big Dodgers and then Eddie Slayard being in AA, who is going to be the shortstop for AAA Oklahoma City? That question has been answered. Luke Williams has been playing shortstop. That's who you're seeing right there, and had a very good night last night. He went 2 for 5. You just saw his triple. He also had 3 RBIs. One of those all upside, no downside guys. He has several Major League at-bats. As a matter of fact, he's played 137 Major League games, but yet he signed to a minor league contract. So, you know, you get the upside of the Major League time, but with no downside because he's on a minor league contract and he's playing good for AAA Oklahoma City. As you can see, he can run, he's long and lanky, he's smooth defensively, has Major League experience. So excited to finally get to see Luke Williams in Oklahoma City at the AAA Bricktown Ballpark. Okay, it's my daily talk about Michael Busch and how he needs 300 Major League at-bats. Okay, 3 hits last night. Okay, he hit almost 300 for spring training. You know, he had a great year last year. He hit many home runs. He was a big-time slugger last year, as well as his average was good. He gets hits in bunches. He's just a fantastic offensive player that has done everything he can at the minor league level. To his credit, like Zach McKinstry we saw last year. You know, hey, this organization is just loaded, so it's hard to find at-bats for a guy like Michael Busch. But, you know, like I've said several different times, he is just a fantastic offensive player. Again, 3 hits last night. If you gave him 300 Major League at-bats, he would prove that he is one of the best offensive players in the system. Check this out. Okay, the middle of the field, we talked about that with Miguel Vargas. Michael Busch, look right here. He uses the middle of the field as well as anybody, including Vargas. He loves the middle of the field. The big part of the field, again, that's where all your hits are. Look at him use from left center to right center. That's the big part of the field. And you're able to dump in base hits like that. Double like Vargas did earlier. Michael Busch last year hit the ball to the middle of the field just like that 30% of the time. So, like I said, there's a lot of hits in the middle of the field. That's why he gets a lot of hits. When he's making contact, Michael Busch, again, a big night last night. 3 hits for AAA Oklahoma City. And like I said, he needs 300 Major League at-bats. If he had them, I'll say it again, he would prove he's one of the best offensive players in the organization. So there you have it. There's our show for today. And again, like I said, the scoreboard didn't look great either for LA or AAA Oklahoma City, but there was some great prospect action. Dustin May looked great, so there was some great individual performances that were fun to cover. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Dodgers Daily. I hope you tune in tomorrow. But, hey, before we get out of here, I want to remind you one more time, if you like this video, if you like these Dodgers Daily podcasts, go ahead and click that like button. Leave a comment. That way, you know, it goes in that algorithm. It gets more views. And Dodgers Daily can keep growing. And then, hey, you become a subscriber. Tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily. Tell them to become subscribers. And all of you guys, go out there and click that notification bell. Turn on your notifications. That way you get notified every time Dodgers Daily releases a new video. And Dodgers Daily can keep growing. We can keep providing you content like this in the future, as we love to do. Okay? I'd like to say like I do each and every show, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and say, go Dodgers.